It's Laramie Live on KOWB. I'm your host, David Settle, and it is our pleasure to welcome in, actually in studio, Barbara Bogart joins us as we've got, it's no joke truly, an evening with authors coming up on Wednesday. It is April Fool's Day, so we're really not trying to fool you with this. Barbara, how are you this morning? I appreciate you coming on the show. How are you?
Good morning, David. I'm great.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about this evening with authors because Tracy and I were reflecting on this earlier, how it's you don't think of it, but there's some pretty good talented folks, and when you've got three nationally known award-winning authors and you can group them together in one spot, hopefully you guys get a big crowd. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with this event on Wednesday.
Well, this has been in the works for several months. It's sponsored by the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Laramie, which is a mouthful. We're a congregation that is interested in doing things for the community outreach, if you will. And we thought with having three award-winning writers here in Laramie, this would be a good opportunity to bring them together and invite the community to come and get to know them a little bit more.
Now, this is coming up on Wednesday from 7 to 9, and where you need to go is 14th and Gibbon, 1402 Gibbon.
That's right.
Mary Beth Baptiste, Allison Hagee, and Brad Watson are the authors. Can you provide us a little background on these authors for us?
Sure. Mary Beth Baptiste is actually a wildlife biologist. She works in the Grand Teton National Park and has written a memoir of her experiences there called Altitude Adjustment. She moved from the East Coast and had been in Wyoming, I think, once before as a child, and absolutely fell in love with it. So when she had the chance to go to Grand Teton, she took it. She wrote a memoir of her experiences there. She now lives in Laramie. She's an award-winning author. Allison Hagee actually she teaches in the Masters of Fine Arts program at University of Wyoming. She's also in the administration. She writes short stories and novels, as opposed to Mary Beth, who writes memoirs. Gotcha. Brad Watson is our third author. He also teaches in the Masters of Fine Arts program at the University of Wyoming. He's a short story writer. And he's interesting. He's from the South, Mississippi, spent some time in Alabama, has taught several different places, and landed in Laramie a few years ago. And we're happy to have all three of these people here in town.
Yeah, no doubt. Very talented folks. Now, how is this evening kind of going to go? Because you're going to have readings, conversations, and then a little wine and cheese reception to follow. Take us through the evening, and it's from 7 to 9, 1402 Gibbon, folks, on Wednesday.
That's right. Each of the authors will have about half an hour, do a little reading from their work, and then engage in conversation with the audience. So people will ask them questions or make comments. They'll respond to those. So they'll go one after another. So it isn't all three read at once and then you have to go back and pick up what's happened. Each one will have their own little slot. And then afterwards, there'll be a chance for everyone in the audience and the authors to mingle and enjoy some refreshments.
Outstanding. It's just, it goes to show you, folks, sometimes you just don't know quite the talent that we have here in Laramie, but all three reading from their published work, and again, the readings followed by some conversational, and then a little interaction, which, sometimes that's actually the more fun part of it, is you get some interesting side stories away from the scripted reading parts.
That's right. We want it to be a fairly informal evening. If you're interested in more information about it, you can go to the website, which is uularamie.org.
Okay.
And if you'd like more information by talking to a person, you can call me. I'm Barbara at 399-0806, or Marion at 742-0372. She's actually the person whose idea this was. She contacted the authors and lined them all up, and I'm just the gopher for her.
There you go. Well, hey, sometimes you do need those gophers. You need somebody to do some work for you. Well, it sounds like a great evening on tap, and this is open to anybody, correct?
It is, absolutely. It's free and open to the public. We consider it a kind of a gift to the community, part of our outreach program.
All right, uularamie.org. uularamie.org is the website.
That's correct.
All right, and then Barbara Bogart, kind enough to come in studio this morning. You can contact her for a little more information at 399-0806, or Marion at 742-0372. All takes place Wednesday, April 1st, so they're not fooling around. 7 to 9, 1402 Gibbon, and an evening with nationally known award-winning Laramie authors Mary Beth Baptiste, Allison Hagee, Brad Watson. Any other information that people need to know in terms of coming out to this event, or have we kind of covered everything?
You know, we've had so much interest in it that it might not hurt to get there a few minutes early.
All right. That's always key to know. How's parking over around there? Is that going to be?
It's parking on the street.
Okay.
There are a few slots in the church parking lot, but that time of day shouldn't be too hard to find.
You do want to probably get there early, especially if you want a good seat. Barbara, thanks so much for coming on the show with us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.